Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the top 5 best cards for under 250,000 MT in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. But without further ado, first thing I will say, this list includes some of the very best diamond cards in the game, but there are some cards that are not on this list who you might be able to find at times for under 250k MT. For example, a Diamond Miles Turner. Probably a little more expensive than 250k, but there's a chance that if you get a couple ending close together or whatever, you might be able to get him. OG Anunoby, probably the best small forward that you could get, is also, in my opinion, slightly above that 250k MT price point, but if you get lucky, you might be able to find those types of guys for cheaper. Now, the other two top diamonds are Jaren Jackson Jr., Paulo Banchero. Those two guys are just simply not under 250k MT, but outside of those four guys, Miles Turner, OG, who are both like probably borderline 250k if you get lucky, and then Jaren and Paulo, I'd say pretty much every other diamond in the game, with the exception of a couple, maybe the lock-in cards and stuff, fall into, like, I'd say Willis Reed's probably a little more than 250k, but again, you might be able to find him for under 250k. So I didn't include those guys that are on the borderline, but you might be able to find them. But this list does certainly include some of the very best diamond cards in my team, and it starts off with a new card from last weekend, and that is Diamond Brandon Miller, who is really affordable for how good he is. Now, if you fully badge Brandon Miller, he is much better than his base card, because when you look at the badges right now, the problem with this card is the lack of defense. He doesn't have Challenger, Pick Dodger, Glove, Movable Enforcer, On-Ball Menace, Strong Handle. I mean, you got to have 5 of those 6 badges, probably all of them except for Challenger would be my main recommendation, but he needs important badges, especially on the defensive end of the court. But what he is a smooth jump shot, elite slasher, solid movement, really good offensive shooting guard who's not bad statistically defensively either. He just needs badges added. But if you get those badges added on the card properly, I think Brandon Miller is a really solid card, and I think putting him at number 5 is definitely a fair spot to be. Now, I was torn between Brandon Miller and the other guy who I considered putting at number 5, so I'll just shout him out real quickly, is Victor Oladipo. If you can get this card for under 250k, he is a little more complete badge-wise than Brandon Miller is, but his main problem to me is the 48 interior. I think he struggles a little bit on the interior defensively at times. That's probably my biggest complaint with the card, but you could also argue him as top 5. So really, I guess I'm giving you 6 guys, because Oladipo is also a guy who I think for under 250k MT is an awesome point guard option. Number 4 is going to be Andrew Wiggins from the Dunktober set. I think this Wiggins card is awesome. I think he's still one of the better shooting guards in my team. One of the more complete shooting guards in my team as well, with Hoff Posterizer, Aerial Wizard, Challenger, Off-Ball Pass, Pogo Stick, Set Shot Specialist. With a couple badges added, he can have pretty much every single important badge in the game, which is the really nice thing about Wiggins. Like, this one has Paint Patroller and Brick Wall added, maybe a Movable Enforcer if he doesn't come with that base as well. But with a few extra added badges, Andrew Wiggins is one of the more complete shooting guards in the game at 6'8" as a solid defender, really good slasher, still very much a competitive level card in his own right, and I would say he is probably the best buyable shooting guard that you can get for under 250,000 MT with consistency right now. I think Wiggs is a great card. I think he's very much a competitive level card. I think he gives you probably 85-90% of what you get out of even a Pink Diamond Paul George. Still a very competitive level card. And number 4 is honestly, even you could argue, a little bit low. Number 3 is going to be Barbecue Buckets, I'm sorry, and that is Mr. Al Harrington, who has one of the best releases any popper in my team. But the beautiful thing about Al Harrington is that in addition to the release, he's 6'9" at power forward. He's got versatile stats: 93 ball, 85 driving dunk, 80 block, 85 perimeter, 88 interior, solid rebounder, 85 speed, agility, 85 vert, 86 strength, 95 stamina. No real statistical flaws. Huff, Deadeye, and Set Shot Specialist. Gold badges like Posterizer, Rise Up, Limitless, Bailout, Break Starter, Unpluckable, Post Lockdown, Challenger, Off-Ball Pest, Interceptor, Box Out Beast, Rebound Chaser, Brick Wall, Movable Enforcer, Shifty Shooter, Strong Handle, On-Ball Menace, High Flying Denier, and Paint Patroller. Very complete badge-wise. Again, not missing a ton. Now, Slippery Off-Ball would be nice to have, but I added, what did I add instead of that? I added Challenger, Interceptor, Pogo Stick, Rise Up, and Posterizer. You could replace Posterizer with Slippery Off-Ball, I would say, pretty easily. But overall, I really think Al Harrington is one of the better power forwards in my team, period. Still incredible jumper. He's my backup power forward on my main squad right now. Really a big fan of what Al Harrington provides in my team, and I think he's a great card to put at the number 3 spot. Number 2 is going to be Diamond Chet Holmgren. And while Diamond Chet at the center position, to me, it may not rank as high as Al Harrington does at the power forward position. I think the center position is a little more important to have a dog at. And the thing about Chet is, yes, he's still pretty expensive, but you can definitely get him for under 250k MT. This one's got a couple extra hoffs and looks like it's going to end right around that 250k MT mark. But a base Chet especially, I think you could definitely get for under 250k. He's got Hoff Post Lockdown, Set Shot Specialist, High Flying and Iron Paint Patroller. Badge-wise, honestly, not bad as a base card, and when upgraded, it gets really, really good when you add things like Slippery Off-Ball Pest, Brick Wall, a Movable Enforcer, and then maybe one other badge as well. You get those badges on this card, and you have yourself a elite level big who has great stats all the way around him. He's got decent speed, good shooter, solid release, pretty good slasher, really good defender, 95 block, 90 interior, 90 rebounding. The 48 strength is the flaw for Chet Holmgren, but with drop steps being nerfed the way that they are now, this Chet Holmgren is better than ever because he's not going to get dominated on the interior as much by the super strong inside type bigs like Shaq and Wilt and Dwight, etc. I feel like he holds his own much more on the interior than he did previously because of the way drop steps have been nerfed, and therefore that even elevates Chet's value more, which is why I put him at the number 2 spot as a really, really good card at a very important position in my team. And then at the number 1 spot on this list is another new card from last week's top of the class drop, and that is Diamond DeJounte Murray, who you can get very similarly to Brandon Miller so affordably. I mean, this card going for just over 100k MT has a 6'5 point guard, 93 offense, 96 defense, 94 driving layup, 93 mid-range, 85 three ball, 85 driving dunk. He's got Curry escape, pretty solid movement, a pretty good release, 90 ball handle, 86 steal, 89 perimeter, and 80 interior, 92 speed to a ball, 90 agility, 90 vert, 95 stamina. Especially if you could get a badged out DeJounte Murray, that would be an awesome card to pick up because he is so tough. Like, this one's got a couple extra hoffs. This one's got limitless range added on hoff. What base hoffs does he have again? Let me go back and check real quickly. But unpluckable challenger, pick dodger glove, layup mixmaster, and lightning launch. That's really good. I think this DeJounte Murray card is really, really nice. Gold handles for days, dimer, break starter, bailout, interceptor, mini marksman, set shot specialist, on ball menace, deadeye, limitless as well would be good badges to add. A movable enforcer, shifty shooter, and then paint patroller maybe would be the ones, and a strong handle potentially would be the ones I'd be looking at to DeJounte. But he's a solid slasher. He's got really good size at point guard. He's a versatile defender. He's got pretty good sigs, a solid release. DeJounte Murray is a really, really nice card, and I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. This one with 8 hoffs right here, I'm actually considering trying to pick up with limitless and handles for days because I need a backup point guard, and I think DeJounte would be the perfect card for that. One of the best point guards in my team, and his price is an absolute steal. I really think he is an absolute dog of a card. This one's got 9 hoffs. He's got posterizer, challenger, and paint patroller. Interesting, but still another really good card. I think he's probably the best point guard that you can buy for this price point by a decent margin. I mean, I like Oladipo. We mentioned him earlier, but I think DeJounte is the best point guard and the best card that you can buy for under 250k MT right now. So with that being said, hopefully this list helps you all out with some guys you should be targeting for that mid-tier price point to help upgrade your squad, and guys who can compete at a very competitive level. And if you can build a squad with some good free cards, some guys like this, and then some good budget cards, you can build a squad that can compete with the best teams in the game without having to have those top tier cards. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.